Content topic of the week is audience. Understanding your audience. Who are you talking to? Who do you want to talk to? What is your content about? Which gives me a lot to think about. There are a lot of things that I post on my feed to be entertaining or funny because I feel like those are the blocks I have fallen into my whole life, right? When things went wrong, I was entertaining people or making people laugh. And so I feel like a lot of that has become my personality, which is interesting as I think about it that I've carried it online. But when I think about who I'm talking to, I'm kind of boiling this topic down in my head, and it has me thinking about the term influencer and thinking about influence and how we influence people, and thinking about where we talk about if I impact one person in the world, that I've made a difference. And I think that's how I feel about my content. I look at the follower numbers, and all of those things are great because you need them to get to they unlock certain key points in the online journey. But really, it's if what I'm sharing impacts one person, if it's knowledge that helps one person, if one person has 2% better day because of something that I posted, then that's why I'm doing it, and it's worth still doing it. Now, if it impacts 10 people, 20 people, great. So I think that when I think about my content, I think about, naturally, I'm a teacher. Even before I was an actual teacher, I've always been in a teaching space of some sort. But I think about sort of where I want to go from here. I love my affiliate content. I love, I just got an email. I do not make a lot of GMV. I do, which is like how much you've sold. I think total, since I started doing TikTok Shop and I qualified and got started back in November, I've only really recently started taking it seriously. But I think that my total GMV is less than $2,000 together. That doesn't include any of the UGC or those sort of things that I'm doing. But the total amount is less than $2,000. And that's in total. There are people who are making that a day, a week, right? So when I get an email like I just did where I'm getting like a cool free sample sent by a brand, I just get so excited. I'm so excited to try it and share what I think with you guys and just put it out there that it makes it worth it. So for me, the posting is really about the educating. Was it a good product? Are you going to like the product? What did I actually think of the product? What were the benefits of the product? How did it help? How was it like other products, or better than other products? And being able to share that. But then it also led me to thinking about all of the different things that I'm learning to do. And I'm going to have to break this up into multiple videos because this yap is long. But I've got an LTK, I've got a ShopMy, I've got Amazon affiliate, Amazon influencer, I've got TikTok Shop, I've got all these different parts of, and I'm building an Instagram, and I'm building a Facebook, and I'm building a YouTube, and I have a Beacons that's going pretty strong, and I'm becoming active over on Reco Social. So I'm thinking to myself, I want to start teaching how I'm doing some of these things, because I've really had to seek out some of this information that you would think would be super easy to find. It is not easy to find information on live studio in TikTok. So I started going live last week on Tuesday, and I'm really trying to stick with it, but I'm still learning the live studio. How do I go from my phone to my laptop? And it's been a big learning curve, and it's been harder than you would think to find that information and that content. So I'm like, okay, TikTok Live Studio is a definitive space that I definitely want to do some teaching around, because it's going to help somebody like me who's like, you know what? I do think it would be fun to go live. I do want to do a live battle. I do want to get out there and yap with a friend. There's another creator that I met on this platform through another creator that I love. This is why I love TikTok. And they are super interested in getting together and doing a live based on something that we both share in common and adore. And I'm like, yes, please, let's do more of that. I think the authentic conversation, what's happening in the space, Like, I hope my audience looks like me. And you know what? My audience doesn't need to be turning 50 in a couple weeks. My audience can be that 30-year-old girl that was once me that starts thinking about things in the future. Or my audience could be a 20-year-old girl who, like me, maybe didn't have the guidance of a mother figure like everybody else and is like, hey girl, what's up? What's going on out there? It doesn't have to be somebody who looks identical to me, but I would hope that as I'm meeting people through my content, that my content resonates with women in midlife, women who have built 1,000 different lives. Because for me, I have built 1,000 different lives. I'm going to have to do micro content about the different things that I've done in my life. I've been an in-home therapist. I have been a public school teacher. I have been a director of special education. I have run a women's clinic. I have run a hallway full of doctors. I have worked as a patient advocate for patients that were sick or came into the hospital and they'd been hurt in an accident. That's a job I loved and I did for years. I have been a mom. I am a Mimsy. That's a grandma, but that's my name for it. I have all these different things. I've had child loss. I've experienced divorce. This is my second marriage. We have a blended family. He had 3 kids, I had 2 kids, and we had 2 more. And in between that, we did suffer a child loss. I am a military spouse. I am all these things all wrapped into one. And to be able to take some of this lived experience and share it with somebody and maybe give the gift of something that they don't have to live through or go through, that's all I can hope for with this as a platform, is making true and real connections with people and sharing something that makes somebody's life 1% better. So when I think about my audience, the things that I'm sharing with you is me sharing lived experience or experiences, and that's really what I want from this. So I'm curious, what is it you want? What is the audience you're speaking to? As you spend time thinking through this like I have, what are the answers you're coming up with?